every day is a learning day. And once you decide to be a farmer, that means you are a student till the day you are going to.
What Yara Balance Sulfan is, it's a top dressing fertilizer,
Yes.
nitrogen,
Yes.
but we've also added some sulfur. Number two, for crops like onions, it's very, very good.
Uh-huh.
Sulfur is the compound that makes the onion get its flavor.
Kitunguu ni machozi.
Kitunguu ni machozi, exactly.
Have you seen an obsessed African man? And no, I'm not saying a madman. It's me. I'm always obsessed when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to skills. And not just learning, but sharing what I learned. When I heard Yara saying, everybody singing that Yara is where knowledge grows, I decided I must see the growth, or I must test the growth of Yara. I must test this growth they are talking about. Because we are so specific, it's farmers' growth. And I'm so lucky, I'm so happy to have joined the big team, the learned team, a team that is planting knowledge in farmers and making sure this knowledge grows. And how does it grow? How is this knowledge planted? What do they use to plant the knowledge? Join me, learn, so that you can be a better farmer. It's Yara, where knowledge grows.
Essentially, what that means is that every decision we make,
yes,
every product that we want to give to the farmers, every service that we want to offer is based off some knowledge. So a lot goes behind the scenes to make sure that the product that goes out to the farmer or the service is of the utmost quality and that will actually offer value to the farmers. At the end of the day, we want to give the farmers some value.
Okay.
Yes. So Yara is a crop nutrition company.
Yes.
Our headquarters are in Norway.
Norway.
Yeah, in Oslo, Norway. We are all over the world.
Yes.
Factories all over the world. So we make our own product. Then now we distribute it across the world. So all countries will find Yara is there. Yes. We've been in Kenya since 1994 actually.
1994.
Yeah. So many farmers will know Yara as Chapameli because that was the trade name or the trademark that was being used in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yes.
So yeah, Chapameli is what exactly is Yara now.
Yeah. So with different products, with different nutritional products, I understand all the products are specifically or are tailor-made according to the crop.
Yes. So like you mentioned, we a lot of our products and services is based on knowledge. So we know soil changes with time.
Yes.
As a living element, it changes over time.
Yes.
Our farming practices are also changing. The climate is also changing.
Yes.
We understand that each crop requires its own nutrition requirement. You cannot compare, for example, what we have here, onions, to the capsicums that we have there. The capsicums will require their own nutrition program. The onions will require their own nutrition program because the needs are essentially different. So as Yara, what we have done is to develop a crop-specific program catered to meet the nutrition requirement of each crop. At the end of the day, what we want to do is to give the crop what it requires.
Yes.
That is essentially what you have to do. If you do not provide what the crop requires, it will not be able to give you what you need.
Yes.
So give it what it requires, it will give you what you need. So you do not expect the crop to give you what you need.
Yes.
But you're not providing it what it needs.
What it needs.
So it's the crop. You have to do your part, and the crop has to do its part.
Yeah.
So what we've done as Yara now is to develop a program tailored to each crop specific needs.
Okay.
And at the same time, we have tried to kind of supply the nutrients that our soils are lacking.
Yes.
Our soils are naturally deficient in some particular elements that are very important for crop growth. So we provide that as well in our crop nutrition program to make sure that now we are not missing something.
Yes.
At the end of the day, if you miss one thing, you'll not be able to get your objective.
Yes. So talking of the requirement of the crop, because as an agronomist, I understand the requirement changes with time and with the age of the crop. Now, talking of these onions that we have in this field, when we are starting, what do that crop need, and what is Yara providing for that crop when starting, when planting?
All right. Yes. So, in fact, the thinking process is actually simple. When you are transplanting onions, what do we want our onions to do?
Yes.
We ask ourselves, what Why? What do they need? It's
what
not
do they need?
I will not say I want to put this. No. It's no longer about what I want to put.
It's not the amount of money you have in the bank.
It's what does the onion need at that particular stage. What do I want the onion to do?
Yes.
So at transplanting, I want it to start forming roots immediately. Get past that transplanting shock.
Yes.
And get to vegetative as fast as possible. So now the nutrition that we provide at transplanting is specifically designed to do that. Form the roots early on, get it to a quick start, that transplanting shock, get it out of that, make it, get the crop into a cycle as fast as possible, and get it ready for vegetative stage. Okay. Once you do that, you'll find that you start on a very, very good stage. Yes. Very, very good level. You already, you've taken the best step. If you miss that first step, everything that you're doing beyond that, if you miss the first step, everything that you're doing back after that is more of correcting what did not happen and trying your best to try and bring it up to the level that you want. But if you start it correctly, the rest of your journey actually becomes easier, because now you're not working to correct, you're working to build on. So two different things. If you miss it, you will be, throughout your cycle, you'll be correcting. Yes. If you get it right, throughout the entire process, you're building upon. So if you get two people who are, one is trying to correct a situation and the other one is building upon what he did last time, the outcome will be totally different. So that is what we target.
No, you've specified different things that is needed by an onion that has already been transplanted. Yes. Does it mean that Yara has 3 or 4 products to deal to apply during transplanting, or it has just one product that we use during that stage? And which is that product?
So what as Yara do, we have adopted a more balanced approach. So by balanced approach, I mean provide as many nutrients as possible as you can. Specifically target what that crop needs and what is not in the soil. Because like I mentioned earlier, there are certain elements in our soils that are deficient naturally. They have not been there for a while, and we don't have that. So add that, make it a wider diet. Yes. It's similar to a human being. So if you are giving a human being ugali cabbage, and another one is getting ugali cabbage but is getting some meat, kachumbari, fruits and juices there, the two people will be very, very different. So provide a wider balanced nutrition. And for that, we have a product called Yara Power.
Yara Power. Yes.
So it's a compound fertilizer. It has an NPK. Yes. But it also has magnesium, sulfur, and zinc.
Magnesium, sulfur, and zinc.
Yes. So what we have now, we have the NPKs. Yes. We have the secondary magnesium and sulfur. Yes. And we have the micro and zinc in there, all in one. So by doing this, now you have given your crop at the start 6 elements at the same time. This gives it a better chance compared if you had given it fewer elements. Yes. That is one. Number 2, we know the soil conditions of our country. We are dealing with acidic soils. Yes. Majority of our soils are on the acidic level. So this has implications when it comes to nutrition. Some nutrient elements become locked into the soil because of this acidity. Yes. So what we have done, we put forms that are safe from fixation. And so the phosphorus, for example, in Yara Power, it's in a form that is not that will be fixed under acidic conditions. So what this means is that the phosphorus will remain available throughout the growing cycle, as long as the crop will need some phosphorus. That phosphorus that you applied at the planting will still be available. Balanced nutrition, provide elements that crop needs. What is missing in the soil, eventually you get a good crop that has a quick start.
Yeah, and you talked about the nature of soil, which is acidic and basic. Do you Yara also assist farmers in identifying the nature of their soil, or you just want a farmer who has ready resort for their farms?
So we work with both. If you have a soil analysis report, that is even better, because now we are giving you a more customized program. That is going to address or work within the parameters of your soil. If you do not have that soil analysis, we highly recommend that you do that. But in the meantime, there are products that would work well. We have sort of done internally soil mapping for our country and where most crops are grown. We have an idea of what elements are missing. So if you do not have that, we still have a solution. Does not mean that you will not plant, but we still have a solution for you that will give you the best possible opportunity to get some good yields.
Wow, interesting. Then we've already now planted the onion. We planted it with a very powerful fertilizer or nutrient, Yara Power. I like the name Power. It gives it a strong start. Well, from the Power now, we want to go to the next step, which is vegetative stage. How is the approach from there, or whatever we have played is enough for the next stage?
Now, our objective changes. Remember, at each stage, you have to think about the crop. Now, our objective changes when the crop starts to go into vegetative. Now, at this stage, what we want to do is to keep the crop vigorous. It has to continue growing. It has to be strong, because during that heavy vegetative growth, it's also that time when the crop is susceptible to pests and diseases. You want it to be strong enough to be able to withstand all that. And finally, specifically for onions, we want as many leaves as possible. The onion guys will tell you that the more leaves you have, the more layers and the onion bulb will have. Therefore, the bigger the bulb.
Yes, it's true.
So for onions, that now we focus on that. Make it vigorous. Keep it healthy. And try to grow as much leaves as possible, as much foliage as possible, because this is what will feed essentially at the end of the day into the onion. So here we come with the product. It's called Yara Sulfan.
Yara Sulfan.
Yara Sulfan. So what Yara Sulfan is, it's a top dressing fertilizer, nitrogen, but we've also added some sulfur in it. That sulfur serves some several purposes. One, it makes it stable, less volatile. The nitrogen is less volatile. Number two, for crops like onions, it's very, very good. You know, sulfur is the compound that makes the onion gets its flavor. So,
really?
So and you know, kitunguu ni kulia ukikata.
Kitunguu ni machozi.
Kitunguu ni machozi, exactly. So the flavor is there. So this sulfur helps a lot in building up that flavor. Specifically in onions. Number three, most of our soils do not have sulfur. So you find that if you do not provide enough sulfur, the crop is not able to utilize other nutrients, for example. If you feed nitrogen only, you'll find that the crop is not able to utilize that nitrogen because it does not have sulfur to enable it to use this nitrogen. So you find that, yes, you put some nitrogen, but the plant is not able to utilize it. By adding that sulfur, you get, we call it a synergistic effect, where nitrogen with sulfur, if you provide them at the same time, sulfur increases uptake of nitrogen, more uptake of nitrogen demands more sulfur demands for no more nitrogen. So you get this cycle of each of the nutrients is sort of pulling each other up. And you get that better nutrient use efficiency.
Wow.
If you do that, you'll be okay. There's also one thing that we also do. We have a foliar. I call it Yara Power.
So from the granule fertilizer, you also have something, a booster, something that you use for the leaves.
This is specifically for a couple of reasons. One, we know our soils is not in the best condition, so some nutrient elements will still be missing. You want to use that opportunity to get sort of to provide the nutrients if the crop is struggling to get them from the roots. It's also very fast in doing in being taken up into the plant. So this product, Yara Power, it's a foliar high in phosphorus and zinc. It also has some magnesium and some potassium. So what this will do is will instantly increase your root mass. Remember, you are at that top dressing stage. Increase your root mass, and what you end up with is a big feeding system. You have sort of created a big mouth for the crop to feed by doing that. Later you're coming with your top dress. So number two, it stimulates more leaves. So you get more leaves and you get a bigger rooting system ready to take up your nutrients.
And these you said Yara
Crop Boost.
Yara Crop Boost. Do you use it at vegetative stage, or it's a foliar product that we started from when we plant our seedlings?
So generally speaking, Yara Crop Boost has some very specific functions within a plant. One, it's very good at rooting, introducing roots. So for all the crops that you spray at the early stages, it's very, very good for stimulating that. It's also very good at forming pillars, or inducing the number of leaves. So if you, for example, applied it in rice, you end up with more pillars. If you apply it in onions, you end up with more leaves. So that is another one. And the last one is to provide energy required at very key stages. So let's say, for example, the crop is at budding, it's about to go into flowering stage. We know that is a very high energy demanding activity. To a crop, it's a lot of work that it has to do to make flowers. So by providing that product through foliar application, you give it some extra energy for it to be able to go into full flowering. It does not have to struggle to form flowers. It already has the energy to to form the flowers that you need.
Wow. That's interesting. And like I usually tell farmer, every day is a learning day. And once you decide to be a farmer, that means you are a student till the day you are going to die.
Exactly.
So some of these things as an agronomist, they are becoming clear to me.
Exactly.
Yes, and thank you, Godfrey, for the insights. Yeah. Now we've already formed the vegetation. Yeah. Now we want to finish, and you know the finishing power. Yes. So what do we finish with, or what do you use of the vegetative now?
Now going with the crop that we have been going with, the onion. Now at the later stage, yes. Now your objective changes. You've already developed a very vigorous crop. It's very healthy. Yes. It has all the nutrients that it requires. You formed many leaves within the onion. So the next step is now to translate that into a bulb. Now you want to convert all that effort that you've done, yes, to an actual bulb.
To a bulb, yes.
Now the objective becomes, can I get a good bulb? Can I get a heavy bulb? Can I get a good size bulb? Yes. And can this bulb be of good quality such that I don't want to keep it in the house for 1 week, or in the store for 1 week and start rotting? So objective, size and quality. We come here with two products. One is Yara Power. Yara Power is a product that gives you soluble calcium.
Soluble calcium.
Soluble calcium.
Yes.
Very, very important that the calcium has to be in soluble form. Otherwise, the crop will not be able to take it. But at the end of the day, crops drink.
Is it for the onions, or it's cut across?
It cuts across all crops.
All crops.
Because remember, at the end of the day, all crops will require calcium.
Yes.
And it has to be soluble.
Yeah.
Because they have to drink it. Crops don't eat, they drink.
They drink it.
It has to go into solution, go into the plant. So it gives you that soluble calcium.
Yes.
It gives you some boron. And it gives you some nitrogen as well. So once you have that calcium inside your bulb, very early stages, when you have the very tiny bulb, when the bulbing starts forming,
yes,
when you have that one, that's when you go in with your calcium, because you want that calcium to move into the bulb.
Yes.
It's not designed to go, you don't want it to go into the leaves a lot. You want it concentrated into the bulb, because calcium plays a huge role in quality. It will prevent those rots, the premature germination in storage.
Yes.
It's very, very good at that. So that's when you come with that product. After that, now you come in with the final product we call Yara Power.
Yara Power.
This is a compound NPK. It gives you NPK.
Yes.
It gives you sulfur, zinc, magnesium, and boron and manganese. So you have 8 nutrients in one. One product, 8 nutrients.
Yes.
And the whole purpose of this is bigger bulbs, heavy bulbs, and high quality finish. You know, when you go into the market there, you find, especially the onion market, you hear people saying, your skin finish is not good.
Yes.
This finish is better. What that product gives you is a very good skin finish, very good bulb size, and very good bulb weight.
Okay.
And of course, the storing quality is excellent. So as a farmer, you do not have to worry that once you harvest, you have to sell them within a week, within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You are confident that if your crop was well cured, you'll have quality bulbs for a while.
Okay. And for the last regime of fertilizer, application of fertilizer, do I have to combine them together, or I'm going to apply them in different stages, maybe in a difference of a week or two?
Yeah, ideally, because the objectives are different. Remember, at the end of the day, we work with objectives. What do you want to achieve with your crop?
Yes.
So it's highly recommended for nitrable. Yes. The one that you want that calcium, the liquid calcium, to go into the plant.
Yes.
Apply when the bulbs are very, very tight.
Okay.
When they are just starting to bulb.
Yes.
This is when most of that calcium will be concentrated in the bulb.
Yes.
After that, now when the bulbs have started expanding, now you can come in with the wind. I know sometimes, depending on where you are, sometimes that period is very short.
Yes.
Find it's like a week. So farmers might say that it will become a costly affair to apply fertilizer today, and then next week, the same day, I have to come back. So you can combine them. It's still okay. But remember, timing for nitrable is the most crucial. It has to come at a very specific age. If you miss that stage, it might not end up where you want. So for nitrable, you have to come when the bulbs have started to form.
Yes. That is from the 40th, 30 to 40th day from transplanting.
Now that depends a lot with where you are, because the guys in Kajiado and the guys in Nyeri, they usually have very different. So the guiding thing is to use your crop. Let your crop tell you when it needs
a certain, you keep talking to your crop.
Talk to your crop talks to you, and you have an understanding.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the best approach, because I might keep a date, and then the guy in Kajiado, because it's warmer and the variety is shorter, his days come faster. And the guy in Nyeri, these onions take longer. So talk to your crop, let your crop talk to you. It will tell you what it needs and you'll provide what it needs, and you'll end up with exactly what you wanted at the end of the season.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
Then on top of these two mixers, or on top of these two applications,
yes,
is Yara Vita Crop Boost still essential at this stage, or we just did it once or in the second stage and we were done with it?
Like I mentioned, the Yara Vita Crop Boost has a very specific purpose.
Yes.
And for onions, the second objective that you can use Crop Boost for is for expansion of the bulb. If your market target or you want that uniformity in bulb size and you want a nice bulb size,
yes,
you see where you applied the nitrable.
Yes.
At that stage when the bulbs have started form, do another application of Crop Boost.
Yes.
What you will find that is you have provided the crop with a lot of energy,
yes,
to push down resources into the bulb. Essentially, it's like an injection of energy that you've given to the plant,
yes,
to start moving nutrients and resources into the bulb.
Wow. Yes. So from Yara Miller winner,
yeah, you're done. Now
we are done. Now we are waiting to go to the market.
Now let the onion do its thing. It will do its thing from there.
On top of all those fertilizers, I understand we have two types of farmers, or we have different types of farming when it comes to applying of fertilizers. We have a farmer, like you said, who want to do the liquid fertilizers, who want to give it in fertigation.
Yes.
And we have another group of farmer who want to put it in granular form.
Yes, yes.
Are these products, can they balance these two farmers, or it's just meant for one farmer?
No. So in addition to that program that is designed for manual application, we have a program that is designed for fertigation. These are for farmers who have irrigation system, and they have already taken that next step. They have already taken their farm from rain-fed to having an irrigation system. They already have an infrastructure.
Yes.
So what Yara has is a solution that takes advantage of that.
Yes.
You do not have to invest heavily into it. It just rides on what you already have in your farm.
Yes.
So for example, here it's a simple drip line, what you'll find in most typically irrigated farm.
Yes.
So what we have is to take advantage of this by utilizing it to the maximum.
Yes.
What happens is that for the growing cycle,
yes,
like I said, the objectives keep differing. We have water-soluble compound fertilizers.
Yes.
They are NPK, they come with magnesium, sulfur, zinc, and boron. Always balanced. That is the idea. Keep it balanced, you avoid a lot of problems, and you don't have to do a lot of correction.
Yes, yes.
It's just building up onto what you've done. So what we have is a range of water-soluble products. You just mix it in water, inject it into your system, and that's it. Nobody has to go to do manual application, all that cost implications. What this gives a farmer is that simple way to feed your crop, very cheap, because now you don't have to pay anybody. One person can actually fertigate a whole 10 acres on one day. Apply fertilizer in 10 acres one day, just one person.
Yes.
So it's very simple and very, very efficient.
Yes.
And again, what it gives you is also what we call uniformity.
Yes.
Manual application, when you're applying, human is to error. You might not be getting uniformity from beginning of the line to the end.
Yes.
But with fertigation, what you get, because the water is uniform, the fertilizer is in the solution.
Yes, yes.
The entire line gets uniform fertilizer. So you get this uniformity in crop growth, uniformity in growth and maturity. Everything becomes very uniform and very simple.
And now there are these fertilizers that you've mentioned to us. Among them is Yara Yara Power.
Yes.
Is it soluble, or we now for the solubility we are going to run for another product?
No. The ones that we mentioned earlier, Yara Power, Yara Sulfan, Yara Nitrabo, and Yara Winner, they are designed for manual application.
For manual application.
Do not go and dissolve in your field.
Yes.
If you want to do that, we have a special range of different products. So they are called Yara Rega.
Now, I think, to be clear, because there is a farmer who is following this conversation.
So if you want to dissolve your fertilizer, all the ones that you have mentioned before, those are for manual application.
Yes.
They are what we call the field drip.
Yes.
So for fertigation, we have a special range.
Okay.
We call them Yara Rega. They come in different ratios, because at the end of the day, you want to match nutrient requirement to the stage.
Yes.
So we have several categories. We have Yara Rega Triple 15, comes with magnesium, sulfur, zinc, and boron.
Yes.
We have Yara Rega 18 419, comes also with magnesium, sulfur, zinc, and boron. And then we have 13425, comes with magnesium, sulfur, zinc, and boron.
Okay.
And to top it all up, we come in with another soluble product called Yara calcinate. Yara calcinate serves the same purpose what Nitrabo served, by giving you that soluble calcium all crops require. So by having this product, we can develop and target crop requirement to exact stage.
Okay.
So if it needs a certain amount of nitrogen, a certain amount of P, a certain amount of K, we can actually use this product to give it exactly that. And because it's going directly, it's very, very efficient. Has low wastage, because it's going directly to the root system, exactly where it's required for plant uptake. So at the end of the day, you find that you are getting better yield, getting more uniform yield, lower cost, because now you do not have to have people apply, you know, all that the labor part of it that's taken care of. And finally, very, very efficient. You can actually produce more with less nutrients by using fertigation. Because very, very efficient. It's going directly to the root zone. Very little room for wastage.
Thank you, Godfrey.
Thank you.
For the knowledge, I think no school can offer whatever Yara is offering. I now understand why you usually tell farmers Yara is where knowledge grows. At the end of this session, knowledge has already grown, not to my farmers only, but also to me. And I think these are sessions that need to be reviewed 100 times for farmers to be able to get all the information.
Like you said, it's a learning process. Every day is a learning process. Each activity is a learning process. So we keep on learning, building up on what we know. To improve our system.
So before we head our conversation, if somebody want to get Yara, where do they get that?
So
Yara product.
Yara, you can get in touch with Yara through a toll-free number. So it's free to call. Toll-free. Toll-free. So within business working hours, you can call. 0800 721 512.
Okay.
517. Sorry. 517. 517. That's a toll-free number. And on social media, Yara Kenya. So
Yara
Facebook,
Kenya,
YouTube, X, all that. You'll find
Yara Kenya, and follow them, and don't forget to DM them. Not
Please,
just
for any queries and clarification. You can find us there. For farmers who are more digital, you can just dial *301#. You'll get into what we call Yara Bodega. You can find products there where you can buy products, everything that you need there. So at the tip of your hand.
I wanted as a farmer. Also, you've given them all the knowledge they needed as a farmer, and now I can confidently go saying Yara is where knowledge grows. You've heard it from the best, from Yara Kenya. I don't know what you're waiting for. If there is any other product that you are using which is not Yara Kenya, follow them on their social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube at Yara Kenya. Don't forget to DM them, reach out to them. Other than the nutritional product, they have other goodies for the farmers. If this is your first time you're watching us, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that we can continue learning together. Bye.